Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Zymax, and I'm your chief show attendant. On behalf of the two hosts and the rest of the crew, welcome aboard Weird Wednesday Flight number 13, non-stop, from your current location to parts unknown. Our flight will be of about 2 hours, and we'll be flying at the speed of sound. At this time, make sure your seat backs and tray tables are in their full upright position, and that your seatbelt is currently fastened. Enjoy the ride.
What's up, Weird Wednesdayettes? How's it going? Welcome back to the show. Man, my headphones sound so much better tonight for some reason. How's it going, Jamie?
It's going pretty good. How come your
Yep.
headphones are working? Did you do something
Yeah,
or get a new pair?
they just sound really good tonight.
Well, it's not question.
My hearing has been enhanced. How's everybody doing out there in the chat room?
I still got to get a new pair. I had that gaming pair that had that big,
These
and I
are
snapped.
these are Beats.
Oh,
I've had them for a long time. Bought them on sale at somewhere, Walmart, somewhere. How's it going, Heather? How's it going, Deb? Deb's just gonna need some weird stuff. Got a few weird
I had
things.
some beats. What was that?
Say what?
Say, what'd you say?
Say I don't have a clue.
Oh,
I
you
said
said something, Debbie.
Deb says she's gonna need some weird stuff. I'm like, we got a little weird stuff.
We got some weird stuff. I made sure tonight it was I wanted it to be kind of just weird.
Weird
Lots
science.
of UFO, lots of paranormal, all this, but I just wanted weird. No, I had some little Beats earbuds. I think it was. It was a really expensive, candy.
I
Candy.
want candy.
Have you ever heard those ones?
Yeah, I used to have some of those. Skull candy.
Yeah, skull candy.
Yep.
I liked those.
Yeah, I used to wear them quite a lot. And then I've got the AirPods, which are kind of cool, but I usually don't hook up to my computer Bluetoothy with those. These are corded. hooked to my mixer, but
I have generic ones from the dollar store.
there you go. I got a pair of Motorola's that. Funny story behind those, how I got those. I mean, I bought them, but yeah, it's a long story. Anyways, I bought them. It's a long story. Yeah, those are that's like the ones I wear when I cut the grass and shit. Because my expensive AirPods, the right ear always falls out. I got like two different ears. Holes.
Really?
Yeah, this one always falls out. And those things were like $200 or something. So I don't want to like.
You sure it's not the thing's off size?
No, it's my fucking weird ears. It's always been like that. But yeah, I don't want it to fall out and then like run it over with the lawnmower. So I wear these old Motorola's that I've had forever, and they sound really good. And they're like old school, like they wrap around your head and you pull the earbuds out. They're on little like extension cords and you put them in your ear. But those things are like they're duct taped together now. They're so old that they broke in the middle, and the wires didn't break, just the casing broke. But I got them all ghettoed up with some black tape.
Sounds like how I just had to rig up my expensive ring light. I just need a soldering tool, but until then, it works. I just probably shouldn't.
Yeah. I was just in Wally World, Walmart earlier tonight, and I noticed they had those the little spaceman, like you got projector back there.
Oh yeah?
They got those in Walmart now.
How much was it?
The small one's like $10 and the big one was 19.
Ooh, this was 16 for this little guy.
I don't know if it's, if it puts out the same, because that thing puts out a lot of light, but
Yeah, but it's cheap. I got it from Debbie told me about it, but
yeah.
hers just burnt out, so now she needs to get a new one.
Yeah, Wally Mart has them now.
I can't sleep without it. I got my purple lights on the altar. I don't think you can see it though.
So, I played that glow disc golf thing the other night. And a friend of mine took a picture. And this was just a picture of the basket. Like I was telling you, we had little lights on the basket, just like a little puck light on top of the basket just to kind of light it up. Well, he took this picture, and this doesn't have, there was no disc flying at this particular moment when he took the picture, but I figured I would share it, see what you guys think. It's pretty bizarre. He didn't see it with his eyes, but he saw it when he took the picture, like on the film, but he didn't see this with his eyes. But yeah, I mean, that's the basket, and then it's got this weird thing of light shooting out of it, which is kind of strange. Trying to figure if there were.
I'm thinking even if it was like some sort of a reflection or refraction or something off of the lens, like the camera and the puck light. I take a lot of night pictures of different types of lights and stuff, and I don't.
Yeah, usually usually if it's some sort of reflection, refraction or something, it's like
The dots would be out here.
and it's like razor straight, but this thing kind of has a curve to it right in there, and it's not like perfectly straight, you know what I mean? Weird.
When I try to take a picture of the LED lights and the new street lights, it's a brick of 12 lights, 6 rows, 2 rows. But when I take the picture, all you see is the little dots where, the lights are supposed to be. But then underneath it are like ghost dots. You see like 12 little like lined up
Yeah.
lights.
Craig says he officially kept his Christmas tree up and lit for over a full year. There you go.
It reminds me of when my buddy pissed on an electric fence.
Bet that was a shocking sensation.
Oh.
Mm. Got this weird electrical fetish after that.
It really carries the current.
Ooh.
That's weird. I just got a flashback to part of my dream last night that I don't remember. Thinking, what does pissing on an electric fence have to do with anything? Maybe the lightning bolt. Yeah, he was like so drunk too. He gets out. He's like, pull over. I gotta take a piss. We're sitting in the car and stuff, and he's out there, and all of a sudden, he just hears her zap, and he starts screaming. You could see it. It was.
You see that?
We're all laughing, of course.
Yeah.
Dude's like crying. This shit ain't funny. It's like, yeah, it is. If you've seen it the way we just did.
Exactly. See the one video, there's like 3 or 4 guys standing around, and the dude's like, hey, be careful, that's electric fence. He's like, that ain't shit. I'll grab a hold of it. And they're like, okay. He grabs a hold of it, knocks him on the floor. Gets back up. He's like, holy shit. Then goes and does it again.
He liked it. When I lived in Moss Beach as a kid, there was a lot of land with like horses and stuff in it, and lots of fences. And sometimes the electric fences weren't always marked. But my mom and I stopped to look at these horses, and I went and grabbed the line with both my hands like this, and it just went like, woo, like that. And then I just like opened my hands and let go. I was like 5. I'll never forget that. It was like crazy. It just took over.
Yep.
She's like, hey, you have that mark.
Yeah, I grabbed a hold of I didn't grab a hold. I brushed up against an electric fence when I was a little kid, and it lit me up like that. Everybody's like, look, Rob's breakdancing.
Serious?
Yeah, I did some crazy stuff when I was younger. I was just talking about it the other night, where me and my friend, like where Darcy works at the Florida School for the Deaf and Blind, like when I was growing up and a kid, there was like no fence around it. There was no security. It was just another school, and we always used to go skating there and riding our bikes and blah, 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 and when I was in high school, like on the football team, we'd go there occasionally and play the deaf kids in football, and they would beat the living crap out of us because they were savages. but me and my buddy were riding bikes over there one day. We had our little BMX bikes, and we're like tearing ass through there. And he went flying out towards the track and the football field. And I saw him like kind of duck, and I'm thinking, I don't know what he's ducking for. There's nothing here. And about that time, I hit what wasn't there. It was a metal cable that was stretched across. I don't know what it was, but it was a long metal cable stretched across. It hit me right in the neck and like tomahawked me, yanked me off my bike, knocked the air out of me. Doing
Did
that
it
lay.
feel like a throat punch at the same time?
Oh yeah. I had a full on
Oh, God.
big red raspberry all the way across my neck. I'm laying on the ground, trying to breathe.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, we did all kinds of crazy stuff. I'm surprised I made it.
You straight clotheslined yourself.
Yeah. Another time we were downtown and they were redoing the baseball field, and they had all these piles of clay, to do the baseball field, this red clay. And we were like, badass, we're going to make some sweet jumps out of all this clay. And we made some kick-ass jumps. Like the jumps that we made exceeded our skill levels on the bike. And yeah, I'm like, I'm going for the biggest one. We had done some small ones. I'm like, I'm hitting the big jump. It was a pretty good size jump for a little kid on a BMX bike. And man, I went up and I wasn't going fast enough. And I endoed the neck instead of landing on top of the next hill. I landed in the next hill. My handlebars buckled. My handlebars went through the front of my pants and out the back of my pants. So I was kind of stuck on my bike in a crumpled up mess with my handlebars like through my pants.
Oh no.
Lucky I didn't neuter myself on that one.
I was just thinking the same thing.
Handlebars got him in the ding ding.
Got him in the ding ding.
Yeah, man, I ate it hard on that one. And then, kids always build ramps. We're in the back alley and we're like seeing who can jump the farthest. And I got hauling ass, pedaling, hit the ramp, came flying off the ramp. And as I was in the air, I saw my front tire leave the front forks.
What?
My front tire came off. My front wheel. Yeah, because I got this.
I thought you Superman or something.
No, front wheel came off. And as I'm flying through the air, it was just a mere milliseconds, but it's amazing how much
slow
you can think. Yeah.
Like,
thinking, this is gonna suck when I land this. I gotta land and ride it out in a wheelie. Yeah, that didn't happen.
You're gonna land in a wheelie like a unicycle. You're like, I'm just gonna
ride it away like
right out of here.
Yeah, that happened in my mind, but in reality, yeah. I landed on my back wheel. But yeah, when the front wheel came down and those forks dug in the ground and sent me ass over tea kettle over the handlebars, and handlebars ripped my pants again. Yeah, man. Rough.
After you bounced down, after you hit ground and shot back up.
It was rough.
You did shoot back up though?
No. I landed in a pile of Hubble, and was moaning.
It still had his seat.
Yeah, still had the seat.
Thank God.
Yeah. Do I have accident insurance? No.
Yeah, that, like most girls, And those bikes, why do they have to put the bars like that?
Yeah, man, that's like cruel. Yeah, I always wondered why bikes were, made like that with the nut buster bar across it. It's like, man, that's just like a torture device. If you eat it hard, you gonna catch it right in the family jewels.
Well, the girls that would fall down on that slanted bar, and it was like a wood splitter.
Yeah. Where are the videos? This was long before videos ever happened. It was a special event.
She says,
Exactly. Had to be a girl that invented the boys' bike. Yeah, make something that'll bust him in the nuts. Yeah, even my e-bike right now, like I have the step over, the men's version. Darcy has the step through, the female version. I really wish I had the female version too, because my e-bike's it's a pretty big bike, and I'm not the tallest dude
heavy.
around. But yeah, it's pretty big.
And they're heavy.
Oh yeah. Damn thing's like 75 pounds.
They really are heavy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she says, "Where's the videos, Rob?"
Yeah. Thank God there was no videos. For the majority of my life growing up, it's probably a good thing, especially in my teens to like 25 to almost 30. I'm glad everybody didn't have a video camera on their phone,
God, me too.
There's times where I wish I did have video cameras, but yeah, for the majority of the time, no, I'm glad that there wasn't. Although it'd be funny to watch nowadays, but yeah, back then
That's what I think.
Back then would have got me in all kinds of trouble.
We'd still be in trouble. 100%. 100%.
Yeah, like I just saw this show the other day. I don't even know what I was watching, but this guy was in his house, and he hears this noise and he looks out and there's a kid like stealing a big like 2x10 or something. And he gets up to run. He's all pissed off and, he gets up to run. And then he has these flashbacks of him stealing plywood as a kid to build skateboard ramps. And that's fully what we used to do. We'd go around stealing wood from construction sites and stuff and then build this skateboard ramp. I remember one time we had the whole stack of plywood that we had stolen every freaking piece of it. Like, we didn't buy anything. We'd stolen it all.
You know what, though? If you asked for the scrap wood, because I started to, I'd go around to the buildings and I'd just be like, "Do you have any wood that you're not using?" Blah, 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 blah. And they would let me take wood.
Yeah. Yeah, we would get, wasn't scrap wood. It wasn't brand new sheet.
We got straight plywood.
Yeah. And I remember we had a whole stack of plywood. We had stolen it through the week. And we had it all stacked up and we were getting ready to build a ramp. Or actually, we were getting ready to resurface our ramp. And we came out the next morning and all of our wood had been stolen. We're all pissed off. Like, we stole it and then it got stolen. So, yeah, we were pissed. And we found out who did it. And it was some other kids across town. And they had stolen all our wood to build their skateboard ramp. And we went over there and made them bring it all back.
Yeah.
You guys are dicks. We know you stole this to begin with. I'm like, yeah, but you're a double dick because you stole it from us.
Yeah. You guys did the hard work.
Yeah. So they were building the house right across the street. right like across. It wasn't even a street; it was an alley. Like it was even smaller. And they were building a house over there, and we went over there and stole a 5-pound keg, or 5 or 10 pound keg of nails.
Oh, damn.
We were out there the very next morning, bam, 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 nailing that bitch together. We had plenty of nails. The guy standing over there looking at us like, where are these little bastards get all these nails at? I'm missing 10 pounds. Had to know it was us.
Like, those are the damn kids been wagging off of my tool shed.
Yep. Exactly.
He's like, those little fuckers. Those little fuckers right there. Right in
Yep.
front of my face. Right in front of my face.
He was probably like, they can't be stupid enough to be using stolen nails 25 feet from me.
Could they?
They must have got those somewhere else. They couldn't be. Yeah,
There has to be other nails.
And then, like, it wasn't like 2 weeks later, we packed his mailbox full of clover and put two M80s in it. Blew it to smithereens. It's a wonder that guy didn't just kill us. Like, didn't just walk out with a pistol one day and just shoot all of us dead.
What was the point of that, though? Just because?
Yeah. Because we had M80s.
You stole his nails and you blew his mailbox with clovers.
Yeah, we packed it full of clover for some unknown reason. I don't know
Why
why.
clovers?
I don't know, because
Like,
there was a
well,
shitload of
could be
it.
some
Like,
shrapnel.
yeah. I don't know why we did put clover in it, but we did. And then put two like real M80s in there.
You were how old again?
I don't know, we're probably 14.
10.
Yeah.
Yeah, 14. Sounds about right.
Yeah. Yeah, Gen X, there's no video proof of all the stuff we did. That's for sure.
Kids these days will never know.
But kids these days are stupid, man. They video themselves doing shit.
Yeah,
And
they
then-
record,
And then they post it on Facebook. Like,
but they don't get consequences.
yeah, that's true.
But it's there for like ever. But now they could just do AI and make it look like you're doing something totally disgusting or saying something totally screwed up. No
Yep.
one's gonna know the difference. Submit it to court, you know? It's like, I swear to God, I didn't say that. Well, the jury's looking at you saying it now.
Yep.
It's like, how do you fight that?
Yeah, I've been messing with an AI thing, an AI photo editor, and it's downright scary. The things
Which
that can.
one? Did you have to pay for it?
No, I just been using a free one.
Send me which one, because I've just been using the stupid AI assistants. And that's how I made my little ghosty Christmas cartoons. But
Yeah.
I made some creepy ass ones.
Yeah.
But I want to see the one you did.
Yeah, that's cool over in Denmark. Yeah, all the skate places. We got a bunch here too. We got, like, when I was growing up in this town, we didn't have jack to skate, nothing. You had to make your own ramps and whatnot. And then they built
Picked out of supermarkets.
Yeah. They built Kona Skate Park. I think it opened in 1979, 78 or 79. I was there the day that place opened, and is now the world's oldest operating skate park. And then we got two skate parks here in town. One of them is just a little like street type skate park, and the other one's pretty badass. Pools and the bowls and stuff were designed by Tim Payne. But it's funny, you know. I'll go, damn it, my windows keep going crazy. I'll go over to the skate park every once in a while, you know, and take some pictures or video, and I hear the kids whining about it. I wish the park was big. I wish it was built like this. I don't really like this pool, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, you whiny little bastards. Should have grown up when I grew up here.
They didn't have the parks really till like once I was a little bit older, not really hanging out with people as much. We had like one park that was built, and I'd go watch people skate and stuff, but it wasn't like in high school and all that, or like behind the grocery stores or
Yep.
wherever. But I still have friends from high school that go to the skate parks. They still skate.
Yeah, I was looking at some of the video, you know, of guys that are still skating. They're like in their 60s now and still just killing it.
We had friends, like, they had some land and they accumulated some wood and things to build a half pipe on that yard. So, like, the kids would gather over there and hang around the half pipe.
Speaking
But that
of
was about it for a long time.
there's mine right there. I had Nora over here the other day on it. Yeah, Bruce Logan Earth skis. I used to have a few of those with Road Rider wheels. Logan Earth skis, Sims skateboards. Yeah, I even had some of the ones with the shitty wheels. But you know what? The shitty metal wheels were cool because you could skate. Like, again, we'd go to the DMB, the deaf and blind school, and skate. And we'd take the shitty skateboards with the metal wheels and we'd go at night. You get hauling ass and you slide around the corners and it would shoot sparks everywhere.
Nice.
Yeah, I remember, I don't know how old I was. I was probably 12, 12, something like that. And my mom drove me and a couple of my buddies all the way over to I think it was Tampa. I forget the name of the park, but it had just opened up. She drove us a long ass ways to take us to the skateboard park. And I still had wheels with bearings, like individual bearings in them. And I remember I got up on top. I got up on top of this ramp, this big wooden ramp that was like a rolling ramp to this other big bowl. And again, you know, way more than at my skill level should have been doing.
But you don't know till.
Yeah, you know, you only learn one way. But I took off at the top of that hill. And like halfway down, once I really started getting hauling ass, halfway down, I remember looking down and seeing all my bearings like going faster than I was. All the bearings were falling out of my wheels, and man, did I eat shit on that one. Wow, that one hurt. And yeah, I just got to the park. Like, that was like the first thing I did was go down this, you know, I'm like, I'm going for the big ramp right to the big bowl, you know, start out right there.
Oh shit.
Been there 5 minutes. Hadn't been there 5 minutes and just totally busted my ass. All the bearings came out of my wheel. Then I couldn't skate anymore. So what's my mom do? We go in the pro shop, the skate shop, and she buys me brand new wheels, precision bearings. She hooked me up, took care of me for some reason. I don't know how she did it, but.
Were you wearing shorts too?
Oh, yeah.
I have the Wednesday cursing. It started a little while ago.
Yep.
I was watching TV. My mom goes, I can't figure it out. It's got to be the Red Bulls. Why is it? Only on these days does your nose stuff up like this.
Yep.
I have no idea. But if you don't mind, I'm going to step aside for just one moment and try to do something about it.
All right.
I almost just suffocated trying to eat these little popcorn poofs. And I was trying to chew it, and then I couldn't breathe. And I'm trying to swallow the Red Bull.
Cheesy poops.
Cheesy poofs. Now they're little caramel cups.
Ah.
And I didn't even look because I already assumed, yeah, contains a bioengineered food product.
Oh, yeah, all of it does.
You know what? I really wanted a stupid snack.
Yeah. Did you guys all have a good Thanksgiving? I ate a couple snacks over Thanksgiving. I didn't do too bad. I had turkey and ham. And I did have a little bit of collard greens. And I ate a little piece of pound cake. And not even scoops, spoonfuls of ice cream. Paid for that shit the next day. I don't know. Still been doing the carnivore diet, and yeah, haven't eaten veggies and carbs and all that stuff in 6 months. And man, figured out it's Thanksgiving. I'll just have a little bit. It'll be my cheat day, right? No, bad decision. Won't be doing that again. So, I like treasure hunting, shark tooth hunting, metal detecting, all that. So, I don't know. What the hell is going on now? Allow? Have you all heard of this book that's out, or this whole thing that's going on right now? Millionaire hides treasure caches. Geocaching is the other thing I've been doing. Millionaire hides treasure caches worth $2 billion across the United States. Yeah. So what's it say about this guy? It says, put my spectacles on. It's set to be one of the most intense treasure hunts of the century, and all of it is still out there for the taking. Anyone looking to strike it rich might want to check out the recent exploits of John Collins Black, a millionaire who made his fortune investing in Bitcoin and is now giving away some of his extensive wealth in the form of a treasure hunt that anyone can participate in. Collins Black has hidden 5 caches of valuables, which range from gold bars and rare Pokemon cards to shipwreck salvage gold doubloons and cryptocurrency wallets at various locations across the United States, and has tasked the general public with finding them. To aid in his quest, he's published a book, There's Treasure Inside. That's the name of the book, containing cryptic clues on the treasure's whereabouts. You don't have to be a genius to solve the clues, he said. There's no grand cipher. If you have curiosity, imagination, and the willingness to try something new, you can find the treasures that I've hidden. Collins Black maintains that the treasure chests are all situated in publicly accessible land, are within 3 miles of the public roads, and are all in a safe place that won't put participants in any danger. There's also seemingly out in the open and not buried in the ground. I created this treasure hunt because I live for adventure, he said. I hope to ignite that some sense of wonder and curiosity in everyone who joins this journey. And I went and looked at the book. Let's see. It's on Amazon. There's treasure inside. And, I thought, hey, I'll get it. I'll get the guy's book. Until I saw that it was $47.44, which, isn't bad if you go out and find one of his caches that, has $5,000-$10,000 worth of whatever in it. But yeah, man, $47.44 for a book. That's hefty price for a treasure hunting book. I was hoping they had it on Kindle for free or something.
Love geocaching.
Yeah. I put together a geocache, and I went and hit it last week, and it got denied today.
Why?
I don't know, because they said it's in a park, and they said I have to have, it's not technically in a park. It was on the fence out, that borders the park. And I had taken basically a 4x4 and painted it the same color as the fence, and took my router and routed out a hole inside it where the cache could fit in it. And then I used magnets.
Happy, man. What
I
size cache?
It's just a little container. Pretty small, but
Like a film container?
yeah, a little bit bigger. I'd put some shark's teeth and a couple rings and stuff in there. But yeah, said you got to have permission to put it at the park, and didn't know who to get permission from. The guy, the reviewer that wrote me, and he said, and the coordinates seemed to be off, so it was denied. So I don't know. I got a couple friends that work in park and recreation, so I'll ask them. But I went and picked it up tonight. Figured I'll just go put it somewhere else.
Yeah, that's pretty clever, though.
Yeah,
We made one. I can't remember it though.
Well, you do have a GPS,
Yes.
so you don't get lost. I'll say that, but yeah, the famous story about me and my buddy that got me into geocaching. Well, it was actually a friend of ours that got us both into it. And anyway, she died. So that's the end of that story. But yeah, we went and hid this geocache. It was a famous Florida geocache for quite some time. It made like the top 20 list in Florida, and it was themed around the skunk ape, and you had to do it at night, and it was all done in the woods, a mile or so back in the woods, with glow tacks that you had to follow. And anyways, when we were first setting that up, we went in this game preserve, and we were setting it up. We got all the way back to where the cache was, which was a big ammo box full of all kinds of cool things. We placed it, we hit it, we spent all this time writing this backstory so we could publish it on the geocache site. And we had it all worked out. We came out and we're walking out, and I'm like, dude, where's my car? And I'm looking, and when I pulled in, there's a fence with an opening in it. There was an old well and a couple of things to tie up horses. And I parked right over by the well. And when I came out right over by the well, there was no car. I'm like, dude, where's my car? My friend's like, dude, where's your car? So, after a few minutes of freaking out, I called the police to report someone had stolen my car. So several policemen come out there, and this is out in the middle of the woods in this game preserve, and they're out there taking a full report from me. I'm describing the car, and one guy comes on the radio, and he's talking to his other cop friends, and he's like, what'd that car look like? Was it maroon with a bunch of stickers on it? I'm like, yeah. And I don't know, it was like a Ford Escort or something. He's like, got a bunch of bags in the back of it? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, yeah, it's down here at the other entrance to the park. It was at that time I realized I had fucked up. Yeah. We had GPSs, and I remember one of the cops was like, "So let me get this right. You both have GPSs, right?" Yes, sir, we do. Obviously, we don't know how to work them very good. He's like, "You ever seen how a taser works?" Yeah.
Remember that app that would take you to like I think that's what he's talking about, taking you to a spirit location. Like you
Yeah.
would type in, or you would think of something, it would take you there. Is that what he's talking about? What they're talking about?
Maybe.
Did they start charging for that or something? I thought I went to use it and they were charging, or I couldn't use it for some reason.
Are you talking about Randonautica?
Yeah. Is that what they're talking about?
Yeah, I mean that this was a
That
long time
wasn't
ago
true.
before that, but yeah, I was doing that for a while. I started doing it again a little bit. I did some. I don't know how that shit works, but it's pretty weird.
Remember the people that found the suitcase with the dead body?
Yeah, yeah, it was. Yeah, there was. Dude, where's my car? Bill and Ted. Who was it? Yeah, I think it was Bill and Ted. I don't know. But yeah, that Randonautica, man, it's weird. We Sam and me were doing it one day, and like you put in your intentions,
Yeah.
and we wouldn't say it, we wouldn't like verbally like speak it, because I'm like, maybe this thing's recording us, so we wrote it down, and I forget what word I picked, and I picked like haunted or something, and she picked death, and we're following the directions on this thing, and I shit you not, it took us to the graveyard, and I'm thinking, well, that's pretty freaking weird. Not only was it the graveyard, but it took us to the graveyard while there was an active burial happening at the graveyard. It was just really weird.
Wow. Or if you thought of like a color or something like that, you would end up at like this red barn.
Yeah, we were out doing it another time, and yeah, we put in a color. I put in purple, and she put in like, I don't know, sparkles or something weird. We were just trying to think of like, not a super popular color and not a super popular word, and we had written it on paper, and I'm not even exaggerating, it took us, we're following the directions to get there, and it took us to a house, and I'm like, well, this is weird, and it was like this old house, like, not old and abandoned, just an old house, and it had this big wooden fence around it, and I look at the fence and it says, welcome or come in or something like that. So we parked and we walked over to it. And I look over the fence and I'm like, oh, no freaking way. And of course, Sam's taller than me. So she looks over the fence and we're both blown away. And this lady comes out and she's like, hey, come on in. And it was like she does all this art, all this fairy art. And her whole backyard, this whole courtyard, was all done in like purple sparkly shit everywhere, like hanging
No
out.
way.
I swear. And I'm totally like blown away at what she thinks we're just like, freaked out about all her stuff. which was cool. But no, we were freaked out because this Randonautica app, we put in purple and shiny or something, and it takes us to this lady's yard that you can't really see from the street, and we get there and it's just all this purple fairy art and all kinds of stuff, sparkly stuff hanging from the trees. I'm like, I don't know how this thing works, but it is literally weird. But I got to the point where it was kind of creeping me out.
I wonder if it's still around or why. Like I thought I couldn't use it more.
Yeah, it's still out there. I had it. I had it on my phone. I mean, I still do, but it's not active right now because it was like $39 for, I don't know, 3 months
See,
or 6
they
months.
started charging. That's what it was.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't play it no more.
Yep.
They got us hooked.
Yeah, the people in the suitcase, they were dead because they were all chopped up. But yeah, it took these kids to a location on the side of the river, like in downtown. I don't know where it was. Where is it? Portland or somewhere like that.
Like some rocks, like down by the water.
Yeah. Yeah, and they saw the suitcase out there, and they're like, "Could that be what it is?" And they're like, "It stinks! It stinks!"
They recorded the whole thing too.
Yeah.
I should probably try to read one before my nose stuffs up again. This is getting pretty bad. I thought this was kind of cool. Bizarre moment. A boy pulls out his tooth, not tying it around a doorknob, but using his pet parrot.
What?
And mom recorded it. This is the bizarre moment. A boy pulled out his last baby tooth using his pet parrot. Video shows the young boy from Foshan, China, holding the bird in his right hand and guiding it to his mouth. And I'm not recommending trying this at home or anything. As he opens his mouth, the clever parrot precisely grabs hold of the wobbly tooth and swiftly removes it. The boy quickly hands the parrot to his mom as the feathered dentist proudly clutches the tooth in his beak.
The feathered dentist.
The feathered dentist. So we have a video of this happening. I wonder if the bird always like bit on the teeth and that's why they thought to do that, or like whose idea? Like what made them think to have bird do it?
Yeah, the bird I have right now, there ain't a chance in hell I'm putting that bird up near my mouth. I'll come away with
Had your eyes out.
Gosh, she's a mean little biatch. Always been mean and just gonna die mean.
But your mom loved her.
Yeah, she did, but she tried to bite that crap out of my mom too. Darcy's been feeding her for years and she'll still go to stick her hand in there. Try to bite her.
鹦鹉老牙医最后一次拔牙，拔完这颗就可以退休了。哇！鹦鹉老牙医最后一次拔牙，拔完这颗就可以退休了。哇塞！哎呦，真拔下来了！快看，快看！哇塞，你好厉害呀！
Like it's like a wrench or something, and it's like he's holding it like a tool. It's a dang bird.
Dang. Tooth remover.
Because like here, fine. Hands it to the mom.
That bird I have, if I did that, yeah. I would be having the old split lip syndrome. So this one, I'm sure y'all have heard stories about this across the news. Potentially hazardous asteroid will pass Earth next week. Oh no, we're all going to die. Yeah, we all got to die sometime, right? Scientists will be eagerly observing an asteroid as it makes its nearest approach on December 4th. That was yesterday.
It
And
was.
speaking of that, wasn't there supposed to
Get
be
into
like,
our atmosphere, and another one zoomed past it.
wasn't there supposed to be like some crazy UFO shit like day before yesterday?
Yeah, yesterday was supposed to be Space Wars.
Space Wars. There you go.
Yeah, we're all supposed to get abducted and everything.
I wondered why I woke up, my butt was hurting this morning. This near Earth object, NEO, known as 2020 XR, is wider than the Empire State Building and will come within 1.4 million miles of our planet. It's still a long ways away. NASA classifies any NEO that's larger than 500 feet and within 465 million miles as potentially hazardous. Despite this ominous label, physicists aren't seriously worried about the possible impact. A much closer encounter with the asteroid, what is it? Apheus will occur April 13th, 2029, at the distance of just 19,635 miles. Man, we ought to be able to see that one pretty good. The close flybys, especially when it crashes into us, the close flybys give researchers a prime opportunity to observe the composition and trajectories of NEOs. Starting at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Time on December 3rd, the Virtual Telescope Project will stream 2020 XR's pass on the group's YouTube channel. I don't know. Anybody see that? Anybody even hear about this? Let's see if they still have the video up.
I think Syria saw it.
Must not have been that big a deal because they don't have it on their website.
It was like a big bright light, and Syria saw it, and then it went into the Earth's atmosphere, and they assumed it just burnt up.
Oh, I see it now. There's a little video of it. Just looks like a dot moving through the stars. Not so impressive.
Then there was another one, I think, right behind it.
Yeah, when is the other one supposed to hit? 2029. So 5 years from now. Who knows what we're going to be doing 5 years from now? Shit, I don't know what we're going to be doing next week half the time.
Really, even tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly.
Could be one thing. Could start out as one thing.
Yep. I like birds, but man, the one we got now, of all the birds I had, they were all super cool. Some of them hatched in my hand. I had one named Peanut that could whistle the whole X-Files song. He was awesome. He died. The others all died. Somebody gave us this bird. We've had it for, I don't know, for forever. I don't know how old the bird is. Damn bird is never going to die. It was mean the day we got it, and it's still mean to this day. All the other birds, you could take them out, hold them, play with them, you know, they crawl all over you, they're fine. This one, she just likes to bite you, like really hard. Like it's no fun.
That's not cool.
It's no fun.
It's no fun.
It's no fun. I just want to flick it in the head.
Mean birdie. Bootsy says, you know what I do to birdies when I was a feral ass cat and I was surviving? Mama saw me do some horrible things to a bird. She
Yep.
ran. Oh man, I can't. That cat survived the birds, and then that's why I had to actually bring her in because she was like half dead when I found her, and then I started feeding her. Like I tried to catch her for 2 years. She would run so fast, and I put little bits of food out. And then one day she came up to me and she was like almost dead. It's like, holy shit, you could tell like she really needed help. And she was like coming up to me. And so I started feeding her a little bit. So she started getting more like energy and this and that. Well, she started catching birds and everything and doing it in the yard. I'd have to run out there and hide these birds. It was like Norman Bates's mom, you know, bury these birds, give all these feathers, and the neighbor's like, if you don't do something about that cat, leaving all
Mother.
those feathers all over the yard all the time, she's gonna say, I'm gonna call it have a pot. So I'm like, damn it, Bootsy. So you're coming in with me.
Yeah.
And what does you have? You have a little tiny pretend birdie. A little birdie. She ate one like beef jerky. It was like a bird that was like so flat, and it was like a pancake, just like a total flat bird. I buried it underneath the tan bark and everything. Well, she found it. She runs up to me like the head's gone. I just see all these feathers like coming out of her mouth like a headdress. She's eating it like beef jerky. And I'm like, damn it, Bootsy, I don't want to know this about you.
Damn.
She's a savage girl. She had to survive. She had to survive.
Speaking of surviving.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, we're losing all the lights. Damn it. Wait, let me stood up. Yeah, another one of these. Seriously, you're not supposed to look at that. So we have some picture for eating. I agree with the cat. Well, and then like they could put like fish and tuna in cat food. When does a cat get a tuna? Like, when in the wild is a cat gonna catch a tuna
Exactly.
and be on the cat's diet? They eat mice.
I was gonna say, man, like you need some like, mouse or squirrel flavored cat food. Lizard
Like, for
flavored cat
real.
food.
Like beef, like, okay, unless they're, in Siberia or like Africa, a tiger's not going to take down a cow.
Yeah.
Where's the dang story?
Yeah, Craig, I'll be eating squirrels and ducks. Be like
The
what Trump
squirrel.
said. They're eating the cats and dogs in Ohio.
Maybe the cat dogs. I lost. Oh, here it is. Man comes back from the dead moments before he was about to be cremated. Wiggle my nose.
It's like, don't burn me up. Ass flavored cat food.
The man named only as, let's call him Rhodey, 45, is said to have shocked onlookers when he began breathing as he was about to be burned in a crematorium in India on November 21st. Footage showed Rhodey wrapped in a blanket, opening his eyes and looking dazed. An ambulance was quickly called to take him to the hospital where later he died. They always do.
Again.
Again, officials blamed the mistake on medics who allegedly skipped the post-mortem examination, which would have confirmed the patient was deceased. Kind of a big, oops.
Whoops.
The police superintendent said the man did not have any relatives present when he initially arrived at the hospital. His condition worsened, and there were no signs of life. The doctors were supposed to do a post-mortem examination, but they did not do anything, he added. They just fulfilled the paper formalities and sent the man for cremation. That's horrible. It can't even take 2 seconds to check a pulse. When the body was placed on the tree, he woke up. Pyre. I guess that's the table. Pyre. Officials said the patient, a mute and deaf man staying at a local shelter, had fallen critically ill on November 20th. He was taken to the hospital, but doctors declared him dead after his condition kept deteriorating. Okay, well, it deteriorated to the point of death, or was it just like deteriorating and you guys are like, oh, no, he's dead?
He might as well be dead.
Yeah, he was
Listen,
reportedly
this one ain't moving. I reckon he's dead.
poking him with the stick.
Yeah.
Close enough. He's just getting worse and worse. Just write him off, go home early, call it a day.
Yeah.
He was reportedly kept for several hours in a cold mortuary before the funeral rites. A similar incident happened in Kenya when a man who was declared dead by doctors woke up 3 hours later while workers prepared his body in a morgue. The man was immediately transferred to the hospital mortuary, where he was prepared to be embalmed by morgue attendants. As part of the process of preserving the body, one of the workers reportedly made an incision on the man's right leg to infuse chemicals when he suddenly regained consciousness and began to wail in pain.
Sweet.
Do you think they tell it's reported. I was going to ask, do you think they actually tell the family, like, sorry, in the middle of it, your husband wasn't really dead and he suffered immensely before he actually did die because we started embalming him alive.
Yeah. I know you've said your goodbyes, but you might want to come down here and say them again.
Yeah, because this time's for real. The first time was practice.
Yeah.
See? What you do?
It's got to suck, though. I mean, obviously the dude was on his way out, I guess.
Yeah.
But it's got to suck, like, if he was, if physically he was out, but mentally or spiritually he was, like, floating above his body, looking at himself, like everybody says. And they're like, gonna burn you and you're still alive.
Like fade to black or one, and he's hearing everything going on around him,
Yeah.
but like he can't speak
Yep.
or blink. and he kept deteriorating, but sometimes these guys, like, I just have an article of a dude that just passed away at like 112. Sometimes these guys will actually live a really long time. Might not look super healthy or anything, but they live a long time.
Yeah. Sucks. I've had 3 people die that I know in the last week. I'm like, kind of done with this dying thing for a little bit.
I had one last month.
Yeah.
You had 3 in a week, though?
Yeah.
Separate times.
Yeah.
Wow, Rob. I've been feeling a vibe on you. That's got to be it.
Yeah. What is up with the drugs nowadays? I like watch these documentaries on drugs and shit. And yeah, like, what is it with, I can't say I've never done drugs because back in the day, but yeah, I don't ever, even I had friends that were like serious drug users, doing all kinds of shit. And they didn't act like the people nowadays, when you see people just like zombified, just standing there for
The
hours.
horse tranquilizers, like, they can't even stand up straight. Their bodies in, like, San Francisco, they just, like, lean forward.
Yeah.
Or the synthetics. It's scary. My mom and I were talking about that for a long time the other day, like, how terrifying. Like, drugs weren't good anyways. Heroin was, like, one of, like, the top worst things, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's like now with all this, like, Flocka and, like, just synthetics, bath salts, and the stuff that makes people, like, take a bite out of their dog or eat somebody's face, and you can always tell the aggravation, like, when they get pulled over on, like, the live police TV. It's like, you always know. It's like, I bet you it's that synthetic. And then in San Francisco, you go up to kids, they're like 16 to like 20, like, barking at the people with the cameras, like, ruff, 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 like, acting all crazy, just like
Yeah.
we dealt with alcoholics and homeless people on the streets, like, and you knew how to handle, you kind of knew where to go, not to go, you knew how to handle things.
Yeah.
It's completely different now.
Yeah.
It's not your neighborhood friendly drunk on the corner.
Mm-mm.
And they do things without thinking, like, they just do things.
Yeah. It's weird.
Is that what happened? Like, were all of them, or some of them, drug related?
People that I know now, not really. I thought one was, but it wasn't, apparently. But yeah, these normally, yeah, I've had a lot of friends that have died from drug overdoses and whatnot. And then the one was drug related. It wasn't that he was doing drugs. He was in prison because of drugs. And he got killed. Yeah. Got stabbed to death.
Was it the recent friends?
Yeah.
Oh,
but yeah, man, I don't get the drugs of nowadays. Like, I mean, heroin thing, but now it's who knows, what.
like,
you got
fentanyl.
You got all that shit mixed together, and then like Trank.
Yep.
Just doesn't look like a fun high to just be catatonic and like knuckle dragging for hours on the sidewalk. Just,
Like
you know,
Special K and what was the stuff they drink, the cough syrup? You know, they would drink cough syrup mixed with. Well, those things were like bad too, but it wasn't even like close to this level. Like Special K, that was like that's a tranquilizer, isn't it?
yeah, ketamine. Yeah, I don't know, man. People are weird. I went in Walmart the other day. I had to pick up a couple cans of spray paint, and all the spray paint is all locked up now. It's behind glass, and I'm like, son of a bitch. Freaking huffers, you know.
Lead is the word. I'm sorry.
I had to get a guy to come over and, you know, unlock the paint. And I'm like, damn, I never thought I'd see the day where you got to lock up all the spray paint because of the huffers. And he was like, oh, no, that's not it. And we had to lock it all up because of dumbass people come in here. He's like, look at the floor. People got to test the paint out. And they're just spraying it on the rack and the floors and everything. So now all the paint's locked up because people are dumbasses. A few jackasses that have like made it a pain that probably were never even going to buy the paint. You know, it's just kids in there being jackasses, spraying paint on the floor, tagging things. So now all the spray paint's locked up. Another one of them things that just grinds my gears. So this is a weird. Anybody see this past weekend in your neck of the woods? Let's see here. This is here in St. Augustine. Boom. These weird clouds. Anybody hear about all this?
It looks like the one Debbie showed though of the
Yeah.
Phoenix ring from SpaceX.
Yep. That's actually what it is. No, can't trust nobody no more. I got a couple of different pictures. This is here in St. Augustine. And this is a pretty good one. Stay up screen. Whoa, what's happening? I wish there's an easier way to do this. It's a pretty trippy looking one. Yeah, but people were freaking out, you know, seeing these weird illuminated weird clouds. Like I sent you those pictures when I was heading to the golf thing, you know, the sunset. It was just like this crazy super lit up sunset that night. We've been having pretty crazy sunsets here. But yeah, this was freaking a lot of people out because they were seeing these glowing clouds. And it says Jacksonville, Florida, Wednesday morning, just after a rocket launch from Cape Canaveral Space Station at 5:13 a.m., skywatchers in Northeast Florida witnessed a stunning spectacle in the twilight sky. Glowing, wispy clouds that seemed to shimmer in the pre-dawn light were not ordinary weather phenomena. They were the result of rocket vapor trails creating a phenomenon known as noctilescent clouds. Noctilescent clouds, often referred to as polar mesospheric clouds, are high altitude clouds that form in the mesosphere about 30 to 50 miles above the Earth's surface. So, as my whole screen disappears, that's what everybody was seeing and freaking out because it was pretty weird to see these clouds that were glowing. You're thinking, you know, here comes the aliens. When in fact it was our own rockets, vapor trails, that were making these weird wispy clouds. Yeah, it does kind of looks like a huge bluebird or something. Yeah, bluebird, phoenix, angel, exactly. Yeah, it does kind of look like Northern Lights.
Or even some sort of a falcon like swooping down with its talons about to pick something up.
Yeah, I think I got one more here. Yeah. This one almost even more.
I just love the colors, like the purple with it. And
Yeah.
it just looks like an energy force. Like it looks like electric.
Yeah. Pretty trippy. Yeah, it does kind of remind me of Poltergeist now that you say that.
Yeah, or like going into like a portal. Or a portal opening up. Totally poltergeist.
Yeah, but that's what it was. You know, everybody was kind of freaking out Wednesday, all day Wednesday. You know, I saw I don't know how many posts I saw on Facebook. Did anybody else see this? And they had their own picture, you know, and it's where I swiped a few of these from. But yeah, everybody's freaking out, wondering what it was. Well, that's what it was.
Yeah.
But on a completely different thing of weird things going on around town is the ever more mysterious booms have been happening again.
I thought that they just had an article out explaining what that actually was. And wasn't that to do with meteors or something?
I read one that had something to do with something like that. I've heard everything from meteors to, you know, the plates,
But like they're covering it up.
Yeah. Tectonic plates shifting. I just watched the video. Shit, I should have saved it. It was a guy talking about
earthquake.
He was talking about the booms. And he was like, yeah, there was just a guy on the news talking about the booms. And all of that's been scrubbed from the internet.
Because they talked about it on mainstream media?
Yeah.
No.
All been taken away.
Wow.
Do not speak its name.
So they're writing it off as meteors.
Or who knows? They're just writing it off as nothing. Move along, nothing to see here.
I had this whole thing from a guy that works on it, showing how HAARP actually can produce earthquakes and explaining the way it creates the earthquakes. Food. Chill, please. Oh. She sees the little stars from the lights move. When I move, it makes the stars.
Yeah, that's the problem I have with like the, you know, what is it? The Hadron Collider, you know? Yeah, opening a portal to hell. I mean, they're experimenting with some kind of serious shit, you know? And they're like, we don't know what's going to happen, but we're going to experiment anyways. We might rip open the universe. It's like, seriously? You know, it's like building these nuclear power plants and all this design and technology and everything goes into them, but they don't, like Fukushima, you know, and they don't like have a plan for when shit goes wrong. You know, I mean, they got a plan, but it never works, because it's like, here's the problem and here's the fix,
Their plan is go down underground where all these booms and the tunnels come from, where all the food's at.
And you got people, whatever, say it's conspiracies or whatever, but they're spraying shit in the air. They don't know what it's gonna, like, the long term of it is gonna. Maybe they do.
They do. I believe they do. You just have to look at the ingredients and you know what the long-term effects are. Because when you look up exposure to these things, they say exposure over time will yada, yada, yada.
Yeah. But yeah, like, these people doing experiments with all these, people having this God complex where shit can impact the entire earth. That's just like, it boggles my mind. I mean, even Elon Musk. I mean, what is the long-term effects of sending up thousands and thousands of these freaking satellites? You're gonna, oh, it's great, everybody's gonna have internet, it's gonna cover the entire earth. What's the reason? What's the long-term effects of having a shitload of satellites floating around up there in space? I mean, has anybody thought of that? Like, what happens? Yeah, what happens when they start falling out of the sky or falling apart? I mean,
because people have found mysterious things that look like satellite parts.
Yeah.
Maybe not his.
And that dude, Tyler, the flat earther guy, I play his videos here and now. Yeah, I watched one of his, and he was talking about the satellites going up, and they're like, they tell you these things are, I mean, you can look them up and you see how big they are. They're pretty small. He's like, how are we seeing them if they're supposed to be 350 miles away? If they're the size of a, TV table. Exactly. How are we seeing that from 350 miles away? You can't even see
right over your head.
Yeah. You can't even see a 747 that's as big as a football field that's 350 miles away. Yeah, I don't know.
I just believe they're always pissing on our legs telling us it's raining. And then in all that, there's some sort of truth.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Too many weird things.
Yeah. Nothing for our own good.
Just like viruses. What are you guys making? Oh, we're making a virus that, if it gets released, it could kill everybody on the planet. Oh, why in the fuck are you making it?
Because we don't care about you peons.
Some kind of special, stupid. It's not a matter if, it's a matter when. I saw a thing the other day. Where was it? Something. Video. Something I read. I can't even remember now. But it said, I don't know, it was like 2028. Somebody's prediction that some Z virus thing was going to be accidentally released in Europe, and it would be the start of the zombie apocalypse from this virus. Like, great, let's have a drink to that. It's just what we need. It's only 4 years away, right? About the same time we're going to get hit with a giant meteorite.
Defrosting like zombie bacteria found in ice. Bootsy, it's just a laser light, baby. I know. Just come here. Let's chill out with the birdies.
4K porn at 60 frames per second. Still has glitches. I got Starlink on my house right now. I'm not using it. Paid $600 for it, and I'm not using it.
But you know what I still think about what I said about the emergencies and other things he could. Yeah, Elon is, I call him like an evil genius. And I don't really think he means to be like malicious, but some of his like ideas are just crazy, like the whole brain and the chip in the brain. But I also kind of see him as a fence jumper, flip flopper, like Lindsey Graham in a way. Like I kind of feel like at any moment he could just like hop sides.
Yeah, I saw him
I
talking.
do have a soft spot for him.
Yeah, I mean, I like him, but I don't agree with everything he does. Like I saw
Yeah.
a thing with that. He was talking about that Neuralink chip, and he's like, I don't really think it's a good idea. But if I don't do it, somebody else is going to do it. It's like, well, I guess there's some sort of logic behind that.
Just introduce it to the world fastest and first.
Yeah, it's like if
put flamethrowers on drones.
yeah, nothing could go wrong with that, right?
His cars blow up when they get near water and snow.
Yep.
I mean, his track record really in some of this stuff.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, he's, and then there's people that give him a ton of shit because they're like, yeah, everybody thinks he's a genius, but he doesn't actually invent shit. He just has people that do it for him, and he gets the credit for it. But
he's got Asperger's, but he still has a part in this. It's like you're still coming up with it, but you're having the people do the work.
yeah,
he still has the ideas. And then when I saw the interview, well, when I found out how he got picked on as a kid, it made me like feel bad immediately. And then how like his dad is like cool to the brother and everything, but like still a prick to him. And then when I saw him cry over Buzz Aldrin actually talking shit about SpaceX, like knocking it down, and Elon was just crying because he thought he was gonna was waiting to be all like, oh, these guys are gonna be so proud of me. But that's because I think they know that he's either gonna find something that he's not supposed to that's gonna hurt. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they know something.
But to see him cry like that, like broke my heart. Like, oh my god.
Yeah,
that
I mean,
poor little evil genius.
All those guys, Alan Shepard, Buzz Aldrin, the whole crew, they're just really have shitty attitudes. They know something. They're suppressing something over the years. I think it's got to them, I don't know. But yeah, Elon's got some cool ideas.
He does.
I hope he's right about the cryptocurrency that I bought 3 years ago. I'm actually making money on it now, but it could go back down again. But if it goes to like $10 or $11, I'll be sitting pretty. Right now, I've made like $300 to $500. It's only taken 3 years. That's a great investment, right?
Think if America wouldn't let me do it. That night when I was trying to join with you.
Yeah, it's a gamble for sure. Night, Deb. Thanks for hanging out with us for a bit.
Oh, I have your weird coming up. You're real weird, so you're gonna have to come back for this last story later. Because this is my weirdest one for tonight. Before you go to bed. So this woman makes tiny models of beetles holding sex toys for a living. And you
Can't
see
you?
all the different little miniature things that could be so cute and everything. But if you like really zoom in and look, he's holding like handcuffs and like a dildo or a condom.
Yeah. Got a
I don't
cigarette.
even know in his other hand.
Silda. Oh, it's the rabbit. Look, I even know the name of that one. Scary, huh?
Wait, which one?
This one right here.
Oh. Oh, I was looking at the wrong picture. Oh, because that's the little butt thing. I was looking at the
Purse.
one where he's like holding like a pink condom
Yep.
with little boots on.
Little
They
boots.
should next put little like black leather, some sort of like S&M type little collar around it. Okay.
Whoa, that dude's got a big wiener.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
Small.
I didn't see. I'm on my computer now looking. What's in the hand though? What's that silver thing in its hand?
That's like is that the rubber package?
Oh, it is. It's the wrapper. Good thinking, Rob. And there's one on the floor with another wrapper.
Yeah.
So he's like ready to go again.
He was double bagging it.
Yeah. So Shelby Walton from Denver, Colorado has created more than 1,000 artworks using beetles and other insects that they take apart and put back together in human-like positions. The miniatures started off pretty tame, they said, but have evolved to become more complex and dirtier over time. Many are centered around the idea of sexual freedom and taking what is often frowned upon and celebrating it. I'll have bugs embracing their sexuality in a dirty scene, Shelby says. I made a bug that is sitting, using a vibrator, and smoking a vape. I also made a gender-bending bug, which is wearing high heels, but it's got a big dick, and is holding a used condom and handcuffs. Or I'll have words like whore and slut, which are used to describe people in derogatory ways, and flip it on its head by putting it with a beautiful butterfly. That way it kind of takes the sting away from the word and adds a beauty element to it. I'm a queer artist, so a lot of my frames and phrases have to do with being gay, and I think we've experienced a lot of hate in our community. Shelby, who is in their 20s, was raised by religious parents in a religious area in Colorado Springs, that's the murder capital, but refused to follow their parents' faith. They said their dislike of organized religion and the ideas it spreads has also influenced their art, adding, I wanted an element of control over my own life and sexuality, all the things which the Bible tells you are bad. The Bible tells you that homosexuality is a sin, that wives are the property of their husbands, and that sex before marriage is bad. So I take all of these old-fashioned and religious ideas and I turn the opposite of that into art. So this is the opposite of sex before marriage. When Shelby was 16 and suffering from depression, they attended a Christian wilderness therapy program for troubled teenagers in Georgia. The one-year program is designed to help teenagers escape bad influences and daily struggles in a wilderness environment. Cut off from the world, It was here that Shelby developed a passion for pressing plants and collecting dead insects. After completing the program in 2015, which they described as the worst fucking year of their life, Shelby began brainstorming ideas for what to do with their collection, and the insect miniatures were born. Beetles are some of their favorite bugs to work with due to their variety and sturdiness, although they also use butterflies, moths, mantises, and scorpions. Oh no. They order the insects from sustainable sanctuaries in Peru and Madagascar and thrift for miniature objects locally. Some of these I don't know how they're finding these locally. Usually they design the setting before breaking off the bug's legs and gluing them back together in the desired position. That's kind of my specialty at this point, being able to manipulate them and move their bodies in the ways that I need, they said. Each sculpture takes Shelby between 2 and 8 hours to create, depending how intricate they are. They sell their miniatures, which sit under glass domes or in frames, at craft markets and online through social media. Although they have a lot of fans, a picture of a urinating beetle recently got more than 20,000 likes on Instagram. Shelby acknowledged that some people just don't get it. I've had people walk up to me and be like, "Oh, that's what it is?" And then make a really sour face and walk away, they added. I've also had people walk up with their kids before and say, "No, honey, not this one." But Shelby added, "I like having conversations with people like this and being able to share my side of things so that maybe they think differently about it." And then to find out more about Shelby's artwork, follow at Curie_oddities on Instagram. So yes, there's a miniature for everything. I'd like to know what she actually got at the little pigs or animals in the front. I mean, where are you gonna find little handcuffs at a or a miniature dildo at a thrift store? I don't hear you, Rob. Are you
I was muted. I was mutated.
mutated? Be careful, she might break your legs and position you just the way they want it to be. Hey, sister.
Where do you find rovers and handcuffs that small?
Like I was
I don't.
thinking, like some of the stuff I could make with like Fimo clay, like maybe the rabbit I can make with Fimo clay.
Yeah. Hmm.
There's a craft for everybody.
Yeah, really. Yeah, can you hear that conversation? You know. Oh, so what do you do for a living? I make real life dead beetles that hold sex toys. Oh, cool. What? Wait a minute. What'd you say?
I do taxidermy, insect work, S&M taxidermy, insect work.
Yeah. Oh well, whatever floats your boat, I suppose.
She's She's not hurting anybody. Beetles, supposedly the bugs are dangerously sourced.
Whatever floats your boat, or hopefully doesn't sink your boat, one or the other.
Yeah. Oh, I know, Debbie. Better late than never in sending you lots of prayers and healing energy to you. Robert. I bet he was looking for the video and did that because he should have a video. I hear him. No, go back. There you go. Robert, were you looking to put on the video?
No, I actually don't have a video.
Oh, okay.
I just accidentally booted myself.
What?
All...
Yeah, your camera's all like pushed up. Wait.
There we
There you go. Insectoid. Oh yeah, that's really cool. I like to put out little sheltering spots for things. It's like nature and everything. It's supposed to do what it does, but I still can't watch something suffer. Like, nope, you're supposed to suffer right now, so deal with it.
I watched a brutal video this morning. A lion thought it was going to be a good idea to take on a hippopotamus.
Oh, okay.
Well, let's just say that hippopotamus lit that lion's ass up.
That's kind of what I thought would work.
Yeah, man, hippos, dude, they can become quite fierce. I saw one too with I don't even know how I got on these videos. It was like on Facebook, and next thing you know, it was like or YouTube or something. It was like a side video, and then I just went down this completely other level of craziness and watching all these weird animal videos. And I saw this lion attack I guess it was like a water buffalo or something like that. This thing with horns. And it's just like, biting into it, and it's like super gnarly.
No. I don't want to know how that.
Well, yeah. The lion was giving him the what for, and all of a sudden, like these other water buffalo, wildebeest, whatever the hell these things were, they showed up and fucked that lion up.
Yeah.
It was gnarly. I mean, it's just nature. I mean, that's, people are like, oh, it's so bad. The person filming should have done something. It's like, what are you going to do? Go up there and smack?
No, not like wild nature and shit. Like, that's
the way it is. That's
like
everyday life for them.
Stuff. You're not going to try to save the zebra. I mean,
yeah,
it sucks, but that's
yeah. It's a rough life.
I just don't like to see stuff scared and like know it's about to die.
Yeah. I was like I gotta feed my snakes. They gotta eat. So what do they eat? They eat mice and rats.
I fed mine frozen rabbits, frozen.
That's usually 90% of 98% of my
I could.
All frozen. But I got 2 snakes that will not eat frozen.
Yeah, I had one that wouldn't eat. My husband took care of that. I would have nothing to do with it.
2 years. I cannot get them switched to frozen thawed. And last time I fed them, I put the mice in there, and I'm like, these mice it's got to suck for them because they got to know. And then I watch them, and the mouse just like walks right up to the walks right up to the snake, and it's just like, like it just has no clue that it's getting ready to just get whacked. I'm like, well, maybe that's designed that way for a reason.
Well, like I'm convinced from having severe panic attacks and like having it so bad and like the fear of death come over me from like thinking I'm about like to die. And this chemical that like it's like this chemical release that goes through you that makes you just all of a sudden feel better. I all of a sudden one day when I was having, this go through me after like this really bad panic attack, because it was like so bad, it was like death. I started thinking, I wonder if that's what happens. Like as soon as like something grabs a mouse or something happens, like does the fear, wash over them so much that they get that chemical release to where, they just go into a shock and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some sort of a natural, because that would be just totally horrible to make life like that and then make it one step worse.
Yeah. Nature's definitely, it's pretty savage. Think we got it bad sometimes. Hell, at least we don't have something trying to eat us every day. Chase us down and eat us, rip us apart, limb from limb, eat us alive. Hey, that would suck.
No, but they're trying to like kill us slowly.
Yeah, exactly.
And monitoring us as they do it. Ooh, Fauci's getting in trouble.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting next few months.
That new report that came out.
Yeah.
It's going to be a very interesting next few months.
But I also heard rumors that Biden is going to pardon him too. So who knows?
Seriously?
Yep.
What the fuck ever. Anyway. So, I've got a little tiny Christmas tree. Mine is my amethyst tree.
Ah, sweet.
That I wrapped colored lights around. And so it just, when it's off, it just looks like an amethyst tree.
Nice.
So I have that sitting up on my little wall shelf up here next to the TV. My little purple twinkle lights.
Jamie, earlier, my Christmas tree looks like this year.
That's what you're showing me. It's like you're like flickering light. Is that what you mean?
That one.
The flickering light?
That one. There we go.
Oh yeah, that one. Like you did that to me twice.
Yeah.
That is so beautiful.
Making them
that
porch Christmas trees.
Rob made that, and look at that wood grain. The way you use the grain, I flip it and love it. You always use the best pieces and show off the best sides of it.
Yeah, this one was an experiment.
Is it sitting on a table you made too?
Yeah.
So what I thought. It's nice.
Yeah, the table. I made those a while back.
Yeah, I remember that. Because you had that different piece in between.
Yeah, those are cedar and basswood, I think.
I love that. And those are flameless LED candles.
Yeah. Yeah, I figure if I'm gonna make them for sale, I'm just gonna include the little LED candles. If people want to put candles in there, that's fine. But I didn't want to sell them with candles just because some dumbass may fucking burn their
The
house
top
down.
one is the one I'd worry about.
Yeah,
Even just a small like tea light.
yeah,
Plus it would get all sooty.
yeah.
The bottom ones would probably be okay, except get kind of hot around the edges. It might start to kind of like turn black. The
Yeah.
LED ones I think are cool. Or you could always put like one big candle in the middle. You can do all sorts of things.
Yeah.
But that's very pretty. And where can you find that if somebody was interested? Where can people find that if they were interested?
I'll have them posted on my Facebook page. I get some more made. Making those guys too. Those are the flameless ones. As well.
You're not doing it on the Etsy?
I'll probably throw them on there. Yeah. I'm having to get having to change everything, my Etsy, the Patreon, everything that I had since I had some bank card issues and other stuff go on.
So I didn't think about that.
I'm going to change everything over to my new bank card.
What a pain in the ass.
But anyways, it's after 2 a.m. for me, so I think I'm going to call it a night. I'm Todd now. I think I'll go home.
I think I'll go for a walk, smoke a joint, look at the crescent moon.
And like the candle holders and all that stuff, I can ship them. I can ship all that stuff. The big Christmas tree, I mean, I can ship those too, but those might get pricey. But all the small stuff, even the smaller trees, I'll have some up on my Facebook page. I can ship them all. They'll go in a flat rate box.
I love like the grain on those, because you can't see it here, but on the edges of like those ones in the back, when you like look at the sides of it, you see all the grain rings.
Yeah.
And it almost looks like, you see all the rings of it, and it almost looks like it was like pressed wood together like that, but it's the natural grain of the wood.
Yeah.
I really like these pieces. I didn't type out my good night to everybody, but wish everybody good night and a good rest of your week.
That wine rack that I showed you that I was making, that went back to the drawing board. That's in the next room over here in the trash can.
Come on.
Yeah, I had some issues. I had some issues with that one. I got
like what?
Yeah, got it 3/4 of the way done, and like I say, it's in the trash can now. So,
but it was looking so good.
Yeah, doesn't look good now. It's all broken and in the trash. A fit of rage.
Oh no.
Mr. Hyde came out. I got it almost done, and then Mr. Hyde showed up and smashed it to bits and threw it in the trash.
Oh, like that.
Yeah, it's one of those. So yeah, it's back to the drawing board. I mean, try to make another one tomorrow. See how that goes. Trial and error. What is it? R&D, research and development.
But you have the photo, and
Yeah. I know what not to do now. But anyways.
that's
Yep.
how we get better.
That's absolutely some real wood in there. Anyways, that's it. And I will catch y'all later.
I'm trying to say goodbye to everybody real quick for the ends. More paste. Okay.
We'll catch you
Good night.
next time on Weird Wednesday. Probably see you on the old paranormal soup. Good night. Sleep
Good night.
tight.